Woo! What's up, everybody? It is Terrific Tuesday. How is everyone feeling today? I'm going to pop up the comments here. Tell me you're here, how your day is going. Got the high pony, rocking that today. Just got back home from a baseball game. My son plays baseball on the Reds. Woo woo! He's amazing. How'd you do, James? He did great. It's the first time he's ever played baseball. So, yeah, it is. You played t-ball. Oh, I'm sorry. He played t-ball, but he did really, really good. So fun, so exciting. Sports are such a great way to build confidence in our kids, as long as we are supporting them appropriately, right? It's all about support. It's all about how we approach things. How you do one thing is how you do everything. How you do one thing is how you do everything. So tonight, I want to talk to you about getting back into alignment. What does that mean? It means when shit goes awry, how do you get back into your sweet spot? And the importance of getting back into the sweet spot as quickly as possible. Finding a way to feel better so that we can maintain our power and shift the world around us in a positive way instead of a negative way. So I want to tell you a story, and this goes back to how you do one thing is how you do everything. The way that you behave in one situation is how you behave in every situation in your life. So if you can improve one situation, it will absolutely, inevitably spill over in every single other situation in your life, whether it's on the court, on the ice, in the rink, whatever, at work, in your social life. It all spills over. It all is interwoven, right? And so I used to be a nurse. And when I was a nurse, I remember in the past when I was a nurse, when I first started, and I was always very wiry. You know, like nurses move fast, right? We've got lots of patients, always running around, always moving too fast, never eating, never taking breaks. But man, I would dart down the hall like I was the speed walker. And it's never good to move too fast as a nurse unless something is really going wrong, because you alarm everyone when you go scooting down the hall too fast. But I was always moving so fast. And this is what I did in my life at home too. I was always moving too fast, always. And why is that a big deal? Because I wasn't living in the now. I wasn't paying attention to this now moment, because that's really all there is. Past, present, and future. It's all about the now. Now. So how are you really relishing every moment of your life? Because when you are present in the now, you open your world up to possibility. And when you are present in the now, you are much more likely to be able to stay in that sweet spot that allows you to receive all of the beautiful, amazing, magical experiences that the world has to offer. And so then when I was crazy running around wired, like I was going from one thing to another, and I didn't have any appreciation. I wasn't sitting in gratitude because I was just moving so quickly. I was always looking for the next thing. Always. It was like, okay, I remember laying in bed at night. Do you do this? Tell me if you do this. I remember I would lay in bed at night, and I was always looking at how much time how many hours do I have left of sleep? I was always anticipating the future. What do I have to do tomorrow? I'm not saying don't make lists. Like, being organized and making lists is a good thing, right? But it can be overdone. It can be overdone, and that throws us completely out of alignment because we're not appreciative and focused on the now. But I would lay in bed and I would just be freaked out about what I had to do tomorrow, what was going on tomorrow. And then I get up in the morning and I think past like the first task I had to do into the second and the third and the fourth task. So strategy is good, right? You want to have an idea of what you have to get done throughout the day. But when you're always living for the next moment, you're not really living. You're not really appreciating what you have right now. And this can totally be applied in sports. It's like, are you living for the game now, or are you living for the championship? You're working toward the championship. But what's the cliche? It's not about the destination, it's about the journey. That is true. That's why it's a cliche. That's why people say it all the time, because it's so, so true. It's not about the destination. It's about the journey, because most of what we're doing is the freaking journey, right? Because the destination is always moving. So if we can focus on the journey and be grateful for the journey, we're in alignment, we're in the now, and then guess what? The destination becomes more and more delicious because of our intentional focus on where we are in this now moment. It is so, so important. And so I think about things like running. Like, I really love to run. This is a shift. I hated running. I never thought I would be a runner. I remember in high school running and going, I am never freaking running distance again. No, thank you. And now I run and I think about the actual run. Like, I love being healthy. I love feeling healthy. I love having a nice fit body, but I really love the run. I love the stride. I love the feeling that I get when I'm actually running. I love the endorphins. I love all those happy chemicals that are being released throughout my body every step I'm taking. I love the thoughts that I have when I run. I love that high vibration. I love the music that I'm listening to. I like to visualize when I run. It makes me run further. If you've never done it, try it. Pick a juicy topic like where you want to be in 6 months, or your next vacation, or the next goal that you're working toward, and visual. My dog is driving me effing nuts. Can you please stop it? Sorry. But visualize that, and I guarantee you that you will run further. I mean, sometimes I would just keep running and keep running and keep running. I'm like, I'm not finished yet. I've still got things to think about in here. So that's a great tip. Okay, so how do we stay present? Like, how do you stay present in the now? I would love to know. Tell me in the comments. I'm begging you. How do you stay present? The greatest advice I have for you to stay in the present moment and to really dip into gratitude. And this really helps me stay in alignment, because you cannot be focused on lack and what you have at the same time. It's not neurologically possible. So when you are focused on what you are grateful for, you're sitting in an abundance mindset, because you're looking at the awesome things that you have right now. And so you're putting yourself in a space where you will allow other awesome things in. Because when we're not grateful, we're sitting in scarcity. We're repelling new, beautiful experiences and things and people from our life, because this universe operates on vibration. You can say you want something, but if you're not putting out a vibration to receive, then you're just blocking it. You're blocking it. So be in gratitude. Write gratitude statements. Every morning I wake up and I write 10 gratitude statements. I write, I am grateful for such and such because, and I say why. And I always connect that why to a feeling, because the universe is all about feeling. It's all based on feeling, and you're drawing in everything based on feeling. And so let's go back to alignment, like staying in alignment. And I'll talk about this in terms of sports too. So an example I have for you is, I told you this, my girls horseback ride, and my like diehard horseback rider is Nadia. It is her jam. That is what she does. She jumps. She lives to jump. She just is lit up while she's doing it. And I love to watch her jump. And so she was in a horse show last year, and she got flustered because the horse wasn't listening, because she was out of alignment, and horses are very, very intuitive, and the horse just kind of went with her. And there was some wobble there, and she struggled. And she came out of the rink, and a lot of parents, people who interact with athletes or whatever, after a negative occurrence happens, they will immediately go to what went wrong. And what I've learned energetically is that when she comes out of that ring and she's made a mistake, she's had a rough time, the first thing I do is I say, take a deep breath, because neutrality is golden. You don't want them speaking to you from emotion, because emotion takes you into the past, right? Take a deep breath and tell me what you did right. And so I made her list everything that she did right, because she really did right more things than she did wrong. And if I would have approached her and she would have been very emotional talking about what she did wrong, she wouldn't have got shit out of the conversation. She wouldn't have got anything out of it. She would not have benefited from the mistake, because she would have gone straight into emotion, and she maybe even would have gotten defensive. Have you ever noticed that? When your kid, I see this a lot, when a kid flubs up in sports and a parent tries to address them, the kid gets defensive. I see this all the time. The kid gets very defensive. And so if you can set an expectation that your kid knows when you approach them, the first thing you're going to say to them is, tell me what you did right first. Will you clear that alert for me, James? Tell me what you did right first. Boom. They're not going to get defensive with you, and they're going to benefit, because their mind is going to go straight to what they did right. And then, so what are you doing here? Like, in the long run, you're creating new neural pathways where your kid is focusing on what they're doing right and not what they're doing wrong. And then what happens is they're going to do the thing right more than they're going to do it wrong. And then they're going to open their world up to possibilities, because they're going to be in a positive vibration. They're going to be sitting up with those high level emotions. They're going to be allowing all of the beautiful things that the universe, that God, spirit, source has to offer, by something so simple, by a conversation after a mistake within a sport competition. How freaking cool is that? It's the tiny moments, right? It's the tiny moments. And the more that we can help our kids get into alignment as quickly as possible, we are setting them up for success in life, because how you do something is how you do everything. It will spill over into their life, into your life. What a beautiful gift to give them. What a beautiful gift. And then, so what about the tools? The tools. And that's a gift too. Like, teach your kids to write gratitudes. Kids kind of instinctively talk a lot about what they want, right? I want this. I want that. Can I have this? Can I have that? And sometimes I have to like redirect them and be like, you kind of already have a lot of stuff like that. So tell me, make a list. Make a list of all the shit you have that's similar to that. And if there's less than 10 on that list, then I might get it for you. Right? And it's, it's a good way. Humor's fun. Like, I love being humorous with my kids. Oh my gosh, can you please clear that alert for me? He's not helping me. Really? So yeah, okay, so tools. So, and the greatest tool, like, I can't even say this enough. People think that meditation is so woo-woo and that it is not a profound tool. There is no greater tool than you can utilize than frickin' meditation. There are so many high-level, amazing athletes that meditate, and it doesn't take very long. When you meditate, you get into alignment so much more quickly. And so going back to my career as a nurse, in the beginning, I told you I was always running around like a chicken without a head. And I thought I'm just busy. I'm just running around, but I was not centered. I was not centered, and I loved my patients and I was serving them, but I was not serving them on the highest level, because when I would walk in the room uncentered, right, with this energy, because your energy field is big. It's big. We're walking around touching people. We don't even know where they're when we don't even know we're touching them, right? You're standing next to a person and you're not physically touching them, but you are energetically exchanging with them. And so I wasn't centered. So I was carrying my wobble all over with me. I was not in alignment. And this is what I noticed is when I started meditating and then I would go to work, I had so many fewer like negative situations. And I was always nice and bubbly and very kind to people, but people are dealing with their own shit, right? They're dealing with their own trauma, their own drama, their own pain. And when they're in the hospital, they're not typically in a good space. But man, when you can get into alignment and then go mingle with people in a difficult space, oh boy, you do them such a service, such a service. I mean, I would walk in the room when I really started being very mindful about meditation, and it's like God was just flowing through me, and I would feel it, and I would experience it, and I would I would experience it in our energetic exchange and our conversations. And it was like I would walk into the room and the whole atmosphere would shift. And it was all because I was carrying a connection that is bigger than myself with me. It's all I was doing. And the way that I attained that, it is not beyond any of us. Like there is nothing like different about me than there is you. Like we are the same people. We are the same. Like there's no separation. If I can do it, you can do it. But when you meditate, you open the door to divine light, to divine guidance. And when you open the flow through your body, you are literally delivering that to the people around you just by your presence. You don't even have to say anything. You don't even have to look into their eyes. You just walk in the room, and you really don't even have to walk in the room. Like time and space don't exist. And so whenever I do anything like this, I mean, I meditate every single day, and it doesn't have to be beyond you. Like this is not difficult. I started with 2-minute meditations. That's all I could do. I couldn't quiet my mind. And I was like, damn it, I am doing this. I am going to meditate. I've heard of the benefits. And then when I started researching the neuroscience behind it, then I was really like, oh man, how could I not do this? Because it helps you take aligned action. It helps you take focused action so that you're not running in circles. And so that every task that you do, you get it done more quickly and you get it done more easily. You make fewer mistakes. I mean, it is profound what meditation does for your life. But like I said, 2 minutes. Start at 2 minutes and just count your breaths. I like shamanic drum beats. Search that on YouTube. You could put on shamanic drum beats and focus on the beat. I mean, it is like hypnotizing. Focus on the beat, set a timer, and make it for at least 2 minutes. If thoughts come in, think about them like clouds in the sky. Just acknowledge it and let it go. And don't be hard on yourself. Just acknowledge it and let it go. And then after you've done that for a week, kick it up to 3 minutes. After you've done that for a week, just go up minute by minute, and then you'll get addicted. And what greater addiction is there to have? I mean, really nothing. Meditation is such an amazing addiction to have because it changes your freaking life. It opens you up to possibility. There's possibility in silence. Think about how often we are silent. It's not very often. It is not very often we're silent. And I remember when I used to pray in a way that was asking, and that was from a negative space where I was really feeling lack, and I was asking God, please give me. I was always asking for something, right? when you're always asking for something, you're not in the receiving mode. You're not open to allow things in. You're really repelling them because you are in scarcity, you are in victimhood. And so I flipped my prayers to gratitude and silence. Silence is golden because when you will silence your mind, you will allow an intelligence that is larger than you, that is greater than you. You will allow an intelligence that is greater than you. And so what a great service for anyone to do, especially if you are interacting with people throughout the day. You know, if you're a coach, I mean, what a great service to do for your team to meditate, because the guidance from the divine and the clarity that is offered is profound. And you deliver a gift to anyone that you are interacting with, for sure. Okay, so negative situation occurs. My best advice to you is, first of all, preemptively, if you will meditate for a little bit of time throughout the day, your day will go much more smoothly. Things will unfold for you that you do not expect in a good way. And the day is full of ease and flow. I used to, when I wasn't consistent about my meditation, I could tell a difference in the days that I would meditate and the days that I would not meditate. Now it's like a non-negotiable for me. I told you I'm addicted to it. And so I always meditate every single day. So that's preemptive number one, right? Writing gratitude statements is preemptive number two. This is like preparing yourself for your day, for your space, setting yourself up for positive, magical experiences. But when you have an interaction with someone that is negative and it throws you out of alignment, you need to breathe first. Like, don't say shit until you breathe. Don't say anything until you breathe. Take intentional breaths into your heart. It seems so minimal and it seems like it wouldn't do anything, but it really, really allows you time to move into a more neutral space. Because when you're not in a neutral space, all you're going to get is what you're looking for, because that's all your brain is going to allow in. So negative situation occurs, negative response is going to occur, because that's all your brain will let in at that moment. So if you can take the time to take a couple breaths, like 3 breaths intentionally into your heart, like visualizing those breaths going into your heart, you're going to give your neurons time to like stop freaking out so that you can properly focus and really assess the situation and respond in a heart-centered way, because you always get back what you put out. It's the truth. You always get back what you put out. I mean, karma is real. It's real, because you will always get back what you put out. It is a law of the universe. And when you pay attention, you will notice this. I talked about this before. When you get up in the morning and you stub your toe, and then it like snowballs if you don't stop, and you get in your car and then you like rear end someone, or you have road rage or something, there's always some response to that negativity. And so the simple breathing technique is my best recommendation to you. But meditation is key. It always will be. And thinking of this in terms of sports, like, high level, upper level kick-ass athletes, when the tough gets going, they keep cool, don't they? Like, they are able to really regroup very quickly and get back into alignment. And it applies on the court, it applies off the court. When you are the kind of person that can get back into alignment in any situation, or in one situation, you can do it in any situation. It's like a muscle. It's like a muscle. Your brain is like a muscle. The more that you intentionally use these practices and slow your response time and really be intentional about what you're going to say back, you're making the new neural connections. It's like building your bicep, so be easy on yourself, because you don't start lifting weights one day and have massive biceps, right? You have to be consistent, and you have to lift weights day after day after day. And slowly the muscle grows and grows and grows until you have this real, beautiful, solid muscle that is really, really capable. And I'm always doing the inner work. I still have wobble. I'm human. There are totally days where I fall out of alignment. But it feels really icky to me, which means I fall out of alignment less often because it feels shittier than it used to. So yes, tell me what your input is. Tell me if you're watching the replay. Tell me what you want me to talk about. I am here for you. I am here to serve. And I always try to serve you on the highest level. Always meditate before I do this. I want to deliver valuable, meaningful messages for you, to you. And so I would love suggestions. If there's anything that's really on your mind or really on your heart that you want me to touch on, even if I have to research it, I would be more than happy to. I hope everyone has an absolutely amazing night. I am holding space for you. You all are freaking amazing. I so appreciate your love and support. And have an awesome night. And remember, when shit hits the fan, breathe. Breathe before you respond, because you, my friend, create your own reality. And you are loved. You are amazing. You have a unique frequency that no one else in this universe has to offer. So share your gifts with the world. Somebody needs you, my friend. Somebody needs you. I love you so much. Have an amazing night. I'll see you next week.